Hello, good morning, guys. This is Dr. Cool. Welcome back to another edition. Yeah, you guys are going to be surprised about this. Most oftentimes when I analyze things and tell you guys this is what is going on, you've got to believe me. When I see things the way they are and even look beyond the reasonable quote and unquote medias, I can see through with my ego eyes and tell you that there is something wrong about that move. There is something right about this, and you gotta trust me. You know, the video of the unveiling of the support car, I have never released it. I'm still working on it, trying to tune it, fine tune it how it's supposed to be. I'm not trying to remove anything out of, just trying to streamline it so that it's going to be very much easy for you guys to watch. However, why I came up on YouTube this morning, the algorithm, trust the algorithm, the king and the gods of YouTube. It suggested a video to me, which I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Now, yeah, a lot of you guys are caught by the thumbnail or the description. The big oil industry didn't miss. It seemed, yeah, I kind of wonder, like, so they send their sniper and the sniper forget it's a rifle. Well, I don't, probably, but there is one thing sure that he went there with snake oil. Oh my goodness. I told you guys that the Western world are in shock. There is a trembling ground. There is earthquake that is set to hit the world right now. This earthquake is not going to be felt by trembling walls or ground air tremor. No, it's going to be felt by economy of the world collapsing and relegating some of the things which we know into relics of the past, upending big oil corporations. And the automotive industries are going to be like fighting tooth and nails, trying to catch up, playing catch up, or spending billions trying to do a reverse engineering. So the trap that the patent office and the scientific community set by not giving patents to Maxwell Chikumbutso, they knew when I said that trap is going to make that invention vulnerable for theft. That is just the reason. Inventions are not easily dismissed. But this one, for it to be rejected countless times, there is something big about to go down. And we are all going to be alive to witness how this is unfolding. Now, before I go into showing you this video, remember that guy Chikanza? Maybe I might put his picture here, right? There has been a certain time that Al Jazeera couldn't swallow the snake poison he's selling, the tabloid this guy is selling as information. You can imagine that. We know that the mainstream medias are some sort of information freaks. They can harvest information anywhere, but this one is just too hard for Al Jazeera to swallow. And they couldn't just resist to voice out their opinion that, look, this guy is selling a fake information. This guy is a constant supply chain of fake information. Now, how do people go to such kind of channel in the name of Zim's eye to go and start seeking for truth? But I like what we have done so far. So congratulations, people. We have understood the truth. And the energy industry, the big oil corporation, and including the Western politicians are fighting hard to stop this, to suppress this. And that is why they send one of their own kind. Like, that's why I said it seemed like they sent their sniper, but the dude, maybe he forgot his gun. And he was this close. So guess what he wanted the venue to do? That he wants to buy a copy of the product. And trust Maxwell, he is like, 20 times faster ahead. And guess what? Maxwell said no, that he's not in the right position to answer if there's a product you are going to buy. People are missing the puzzle. This guy knew, but he just want to find something. He just want to send a strong message that he was an errand guy that was sent. And therefore, the real video which I have, they didn't have that very part. And at last, I found him being interviewed by Chikanza. The same Chikanza, I don't know, is it Chikanza or Chimpanzee, that Al Jazeera couldn't swallow his tabloid or his blue pill. He has to confine with it. You know what? That's totally understandable. Bird of the same feathers fly together. Now, I'm going to put this information here. You know these newspapers? It is from Nigeria. It's a trusted newspaper. independent newspaper is a trusted newspaper. So for trusted independent newspaper to go and publish about Maxwell Chikumbutso self-powered car to be real, then that says it all. I put it here so that you guys can be able to see it. Now, I'm gonna let you guys watch the video, right? So go ahead and watch the video, and I'm gonna be back.
This is the only vehicle that exists in the world. There's no other in the world. This is the only vehicle.
Okay, regard to this very car here that he's pulling up here, this is a Kai regular electric car, which you can buy from Kai's website. Maxwell has said this before. Kai is selling another version which is electric charged, but his own version is not electric charged.
In the world, it is here in Zimbabwe, by this young Zimbabwean. And he's so gifted, you won't believe it.
Well, I saw the YouTube promotion video that the president of Zimbabwe is involved in a new invention. That triggered us to get the tickets, go to Zimbabwe and check it out.
Like Foster Gumbo.
And that's exactly what we did. Yeah. So and then we found out that the invention was not really an invention, right? And we were not allowed.
Okay, guys. Based on the information which they produce here is X3 Pro Pure EV from Kai, and this is exactly the picture which I pulled out here. Is X3. You guys watching it. So I'm gonna pull up that of Maxwell Chikumbutso and let's see if it's actually completely identical. It can be. Here is that of Maxwell Chikumbutso and it's just Pro EV. Remember something, the Pro EV, you can't get it from Kai website or China. You can only get it from Zimbabwe because that is the only place where the self-powered car is. So this is one of those fake debunking most of you guys are carrying around and believing every bullshit that they are vomiting, that is a scam, a hoax and all that. I've just gotten one here and I nailed it. So let's keep going.
Allowed to do any tests. We talked to the people that were there with the launch and we found out that they already paid money for 4 years ago and never got supplied.
Now about the pro forma invoice here, this is ridiculous. There are apps free online these days that you can be able to reproduce this and write a whole lot of rubbish. The company logo of Say Technology is available on the internet. Anybody can do this just to frame someone. So these things are something that is readily available that anyone can just do it and start fooling the people.
2 years ago, never got supplied. And one even a few months ago and did not get supplied.
Maxwell Chikumbutso, the famed inventor of endless energy, a car that drives forever, and a helicopter that flies forever, plus also a generator that generates non-fossil fuel and endless electricity, has turned out to be not the person that he is. And the group of investors who flew into Zimbabwe,
like the guys who came from Israel, we've got guys who came from Switzerland. These are
2025 are speaking with us today, soon after Maxwell Chikumbutso
some of them. They've bought my
come on video and announced that there are several buyers who have tested the pudding, they've tested these products. And I'm joined right now by Ian, joining me live from Netherlands. Ian.
Yes. Hello.
How you doing? What's happening? I see you on the video at the safe launch, and you are there, you are attentive, you're watching.
Correct.
Together with a group of other foreigners.
Yes, correct.
Are you happy?
No, I'm not happy at all. We had a big
why would someone not be happy when we have here endless, a car that drives forever without fueling, a motorbike, a helicopter, a generator that's going to give us endless electricity? Come on.
Yeah, that would be the nicest and beautifulest thing that I would ever see in my life. And I would put all my work and efforts to promote this invention. We have a big group of people who are very influenced in the industry in the Netherlands, Germany, France, Poland. So they all would like and love to join this new technology. There's only one big but. They all trust me to do a good due diligence on the project, and I'm the guy who have to say it's real or fake. So that was my task to.
So you're like the spokesman here of this group of investors.
Correct. And I myself I'm very interested in new technologies. I love new technologies, and it's always nice to see young inventors doing new stuff. We also promote some new startups. We can discuss that some other time, or else we have to get focused. But it was, you asked me if I'm happy. No, we are totally not happy. We visit the launch.
That doesn't seem to make sense to me, Ian.
Well, that's
because I see a lot of people are sharing this video, and a lot of Africans. This is a breakthrough. This should be something that everyone's celebrating, surely.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. So to of course we should be all happy with the new invention if it works, right? And this is the whole thing. We had a nice launch in Zimbabwe. We met a lot of people, which was good. Also some people from Europe who already were involved in this project for a long time, as also Maxwell Chikumbutso says in his video. His long partner, Mr. Emmanuel from Switzerland, who has like many years doing business with him. So I spoke to Emmanuel. He was also not happy at all. He invested a lot of money in this project and did not get one item supplied. So that's bad, very bad. You can imagine if you buy something, you want to get supplied, and not only Emmanuel put money, also South Africa put money and did not get supplied. So we have a list of people now who invested money in this project and did not get supplied. We were there in Zimbabwe to do some testing. So I brought my own multimeter to do some small tests, and we required to have a test drive with the car together with
Okay guys, this is still the same post from the same Simba Chikanza that on the day of launch, the day of unveiling, that Maxwell only came out with scarf instead of a car. Now I'm gonna pull up a video of the very day which the launch happened and the car was unveiled. I don't understand what is really going on with this guy. Seems like you have a mental issue. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put the video. I'm gonna upload it right up here. I'm gonna slide a video of the very day of unveiling the car and show you guys that this guy actually came with the two cars, the self-power generator, and two super bike. But he refused to sell to this guy because those are the working prototype. You can't just sell those ones, all right? So it's not for sale, it's for advert. I don't get why this guy is...
Start from scratch. We either buy some of the components over the counter or...
So guys, here is the video where Maxwell Chikumbutso was showcasing both the car and the self-power generator. So I'm gonna fast forward.
Yeah, so that people...
You start as a prototype. What that means is you don't start by developing the end product. You start by looking wherever you can get what you think it can work. Then you test. Right now, when we did these machines, we liked the design. I saw a lot of people were saying Broadway or whatever, solar panel. We just liked the case. It was something that we had in mind, especially for the rural community. Something that is dust-proof, waterproof IP67, and also portable, that even a farmer can just carry around. So I want you to tell me, I don't know where I think we wanted something to test. I don't know. Can we have something to connect? Okay, we'll power the fridge with this one. As you can see, show everyone, the machine, it tells you how much power is getting in. It has got in and out. It's telling you how much radio frequency it's converting right now into pure energy. So I don't know, maybe we put a solar somewhere. Yeah. So people were misinformed. We just liked the design, and we bought the design. This company is not Broadwell. It's a company which is found in Shenzhen. Broadwell, they're just buying and using their name. So talk to this company, and they agree to license us their cover. Then we put it for those reasons. So this is a greener power off-grid machine. We've got 600 watts and 1,000 watts. We decided to go smaller when I was talking to the president. Like I said, right now our focus is on Africa. We want everyone in Africa to have the freedom. So we're looking at a small machine that is the cost competitiveness. For example, if you can sell this machine at $500, a tobacco farmer can afford to purchase it and use it at his house. You can power your fridge, you can power your iron, you can do all those kind of things. So it's giving you the liberty, the freedom to do whatever that you wanted to do. We have got bigger machines that goes to about 100 kilowatts, 200 kilowatts. But those machines are quite expensive, and mostly they are for businesses. So we decided to say, no, these ones, they can be bought with people, not over the counter. People, they can place in orders. So this is our greener power off-grid machine. But I wanted, I don't know if you can find some free energy device. Because what you need is the input power. That's what we're giving you. We're giving you the input power. What we have done, we have managed to erase the batteries. We have managed, and we hope, with brothers from Congo, we hope that the war maybe will end with this kind of initiative, because no one will be in demand on lithium ion. Yeah. So we just hope that it might help that conflict to end. Amen. We thank God with this technology. So we've got this. These are the smallest machines that we're doing, but right now we're working.
Is there no battery in there?
There's a small battery, but that is very small, like I'm saying. Because remember, when you talk about batteries, you're talking about energy density. The reason electric cars are very expensive is the battery. 70% of the cost of the electric car is a battery, which weighs about half of its weight. So we managed to erase that. We don't need much energy. We need only less energy. That means our cars can even carry a heavy load now, because the battery is eliminated, but we've got a startup battery. Technology, the pass-through that the only less energy will go to recharge the battery, but the greater power of the energy powers the device. So that is the beauty of it now. If you understand what I'm saying, those people who understand like how batteries work. For example, in a car, in a typical car, the acid batteries, they've got your alternator has got a regulator. So when you're using a battery, that means the alternator is off. But when we are using, when a battery is depleted, for you to recharge and use it at once, it is very impossible. They don't have that technology yet, we have got it. That's the pass-through technology that you can now take power from it and recharging it at the same time. So the regulator now cuts off the power that has to be coming from the battery, and it will redirect it direct to the car from the alternator. So this is what we have done. We have made it possible that a small battery can now do something that is big. Then on the car, I think we're going to demonstrate all the cars that you know. If you go to Kaya right now, all their cars, you have to plug in either a DC charging.
So my question is, where is Simba Chikanza in this venue? Simba Chikanza didn't come here. Where is this other white guy? Maybe he did something wrong that I have to throw him off the building, because I told you guys initially that he could be a sniper that was sent that forgot his rifle. So you listen to everything this Maxwell said here, and the cars he unveiled. So the Chikanza Simba fighting tooth and nail to get attention and to discredit this invention is a failed attempt. Look at it. He said he only came with scarf, not a click.
Or an AC charging station. Our car is the first car. This is a generator. I think if you can go to the fridge, you can see he's going to plug in and you will see that the fridge is going to be powered by a car. Like I said, you can buy a car. You don't need to have a generator at your home. You use your car.
Okay. Why do we trace it?
That's the car.
Now, as for the white guy who came and claiming that he was requesting for access to test the car, it's not the very day of the launch that you're going to be coming to test the car or to start driving the car around. It has never happened anywhere in the Western world car show. So why would it be tolerated in African soil? No, it doesn't.
What we have done, like we said, the microsonic energy device is the invention that we have done and we are trying to protect it. We have embedded it in the vehicle. Okay. Yes. And it has got a self-destructive technology. On the 150 wires on this car, if you try to tamper with 5 of them, which we classify, you destroy the microsonic energy device, both the software and the hardware. That's how we are protecting the technology, because we couldn't get a patent.
So more like inquisition.
Yes, it's encrypted. It's on right now.
It's on.
Oh, yeah. So there are no mechanical, there are no like moving parts.
The only moving part that you will see on this car is a reduction gearbox. But you don't have to maintain it or to service
The
it.
generator doesn't have.
The generator doesn't have any moving parts. Usually those type of devices that are known as zero-point energy. So you cannot even maintain it, you cannot service it because there's no friction that is happening.
Wow.
Working on ways on how to protect the technology in the event that we use it. For example, we go in a country, we set up a power station, there's a hostile takeover, we're kicked. How do you protect our technology? That's why we took the trade secret route. Our patent is kept, our design is kept, the recipe is kept in 3 countries, and the people who are keeping it, they don't even know each other. The second thing, we try to protect the hardware side, because if the engineer remove like a second board, you can trace, you can see that this is a rectifier, this is a microchip. So we put a small amount of a detonator to say, but that cannot harm anyone. But if you just try to tamper with it, you blow it. That's part of the second board. Also on the software, if someone can have the source code, he can try to do reverse engineering. So we work on an algorithm that if you tamper with certain wires on the vehicle, you are going to destroy the microsonic energy device. Yeah.
So you can't tamper.
You cannot tamper with it. If you tamper with it, then you lose your investment.
Question, what would be the market price?
Right now we're still doing costing. I think before the end of this week we'll have the final costing, but it's going to be cheaper. That I can.
So which products do you have on the market?
The car.
Are the batteries on the market?
The greener power of grid machines are on the market. The TVs are on the market. The bikes are on the market. The cars as well, they are on the market.
So when you say on the market, where would one buy one?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to buy a battery, where would you go?
Right now we're doing, I think you saw the company that we partnered like in Zimbabwe, which was doing that video. That's our agent concentrating marketing. But right now we are using the Tesla model, which we are using that we don't want to have middlemen because the price will be so high to the end users. So we're saying people, they will buy straight from safe in other countries, then they will get their products there For example, we are setting up in Switzerland, so it is going to cover Europe and some parts of Europe. Then we have got other countries that we pick up in like in Central Africa, East Africa, and Northern Africa, which will cover differently.
So what's the maximum speed for this? And for
it's in answers we can go in.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Sorry.
We've been trying.
But it's also very dangerous from a fumes perspective. You know, it's poisonous. So, you know, we formulated a partnership with specifically supercat battery manufacturers in South Africa. The West, I don't know if you heard of West. So that's one of the questions. So, you know, if you're interested, we can always do something to see how we can further test it. We've tested so far lithium-ion batteries. We've tested the solid-state lithium-ion battery in our system at Zimbabwe. So there's a lot of stuff that we've learned from just the batteries itself. So if you want to lean on us from that perspective, we're there for you. Okay?
Thank you very much. I think it's something that we'll be looking forward to do. I think you saw when we did the first machine that Foster Gamble managed to test, it had 22 batteries, isn't it?
220 volts.
Yeah, you see, so 22 batteries, that was huge. But right now we're using very small batteries. Yeah. So as technology evolves, I think we will discuss further, and we are keen to hear from you. Then we can see how best we can work together. Cheers.
You know, you were talking about this microsonic device. I wanted to know, it's generating power from electromagnetic waves, that's what you're saying? So I want to know, is it going to work the same regardless of where I am? So if I'm in a place where there is no signal or whatever, is it going to work the same?
Definitely it's going to work. The only place that we know it won't work because of lack of penetration is like under the mine. But if the machine is on the surface, then you run the cables inside, then you're going to be okay.
So which signal is this? This electromagnetic signal, yes. Where is it coming from?
What we have done, we have classified it as a trade secret because that's where the IP lays. The moment we start to tell you what kind of you will try to work on it. So that's where the IP is.
Some of our stories have been dismissed. I work for international media myself. I remember getting to write an apology to scientists in a certain country who are saying that they can't prove your technology. This has been the battle. When people say your microsonic technology can't be proven, what do you say to that?
You know, thank you very much for it, because we had not found ways of protecting the IP, like I said. From 2015 to 2024 right now, we have been working. Foster Gamble has been the first foreigner to have the privilege of working on the machine for those same few years. So right now we have put in a number of tests that we're going to be doing soon after this launch. As you know, in science we say, prove it. It's not about arguing it, proving. So we drive our car to Cairo, live on TV, everyone watching. That would be enough proof. And right now we're doing this because we are now on the commercial level. So I understand what you're saying very well. And also the other thing, my brother, that I want to tell you, I think I've explained to you the issues of, like when I said the Henry 40 story, You know, Carl Benz, when he did his car, they said don't drive it. It's very dangerous. The horse-driven chariots, whatever the carriers, were much safer. Until his wife took the car and drove it to his parents, to her parents' home. So sometimes you have to take those bold moves to just prove, you see. That day when Beta drove that 60-mile journey, it changed everything. It changed everything. So what I have seen in my journey is we have got the cabals who are not happy about us. Most of these oil companies, they are not happy. They see us as a threat for their technology. Solar is not a threat because solar is very expensive. You need so many panels, you need so many batteries, whatever. We are talking of something smaller that you can even carry around by powering your house. So you are threatening someone's business. Those people were the people who were fighting us in the past, like you say, even the scientists. You know, there are people who say, we are not open to anything new, to say. I think that's the term that I can use. They say, what is there, but we are not going to approve something new. We have seen a lot. We have seen a lot.
I think Max, from an academic point of view, theories are developed by people, and then theories are approved. You know, after you develop a theory, it has to be tested, and then you actually affirm the theory. So here is a car that is there. So to answer the question, how do you prove it? I mean, there's no car in the world that has got unlimited driving range. So if the car is driven, even, let's say, for example, even if it does 2,000 kilometers, there's no car that does 2,000 kilometers. There's no car that does 3,000 kilometers. So it's violating certain principles. We must celebrate. We are yet to take what God has actually laid out there. It is very limiting to human beings to limit themselves to some certain philosophers.
One of the friends from Israel who was visiting there with his wife, and we waited for Tuesday to have the drive. Then there was an excuse, it was Wednesday. Then another excuse came, it was Thursday. Then we were at Friday. And in the end, Maxwell left the country and we were waiting for nothing. So I'm not happy with that. So in the end, we went home without doing business, and that was not
good. Ian Gottner, this doesn't seem to make sense. It doesn't seem to agree with logic that all the people who traveled from Europe, investors, some paid money. I'm counting here the invoices. I'm going to be uploading them here so we can see them on the screen. Over 125,000 euros that was paid. And yet, you're telling me that you folks, after paying all this money, and there's so much excitement, the whole of Africa, per se, is lit up with excitement that all of a sudden Zimbabwe is going to produce endless electricity. You folks left Zimbabwe without testing a single product. That doesn't make sense, Ian.
Well,
can you explain to me how on earth that happened?
Mm-hmm.
How practicable? Because when I'm looking at it, I wasn't there. I was just watching from the scenes from back here in Europe. And take me through.
Okay. So the first meeting we had during the launch, there was a new machine which was revealed for 3 kilowatts free energy, which was in a glass box, and it was only blinking a light. So there was no test, no multimeter, no one who connected any appliances to this box. Then we were invited outside, where 2 cars, 2 bikes, and also 2 handheld stationary batteries were presented as self-charging. Nobody was allowed to open the cars. Afterwards, Mr. Maxwell Chikumbutso said, okay, maybe we should allow people to open the car, but nobody was allowed to touch, drive, or test anything. There was a big LCD screen in the garden. That was actually for me the most easiest one to check if it was real, but the remote control was forgotten by Maxwell.
The TV one, yeah,
the TV. Run it. On the launch, he could not run it. So that was bad for us. And it was an opportunity that we missed out to do the checking. And afterwards, not we, Israel, so Mr. Janif, he asked for a test drive on television. And Maxwell Chikumbutso promised him to grant him this test drive the next day. So on Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock, he would have a meeting. So directly, of course.
The Tuesday would have been the 11th, correct?
Yes, correct.
The 11th of February, yes.
Yes, so I directly spoke with Janif if he was okay for us to join him in his test drive, so we could also do some testing. Of course, was no problem, and he directly said, "Oh, no problem. You are happy. I'm happy for you to join with the test drive." And Tuesday morning, we kept contact by phone, of course, and Janif was not granted his test drive with the car, but it will be Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning, the test drive still did not happen because there were so many people, inquiries, that Maxwell could not deal with the test drive happening. So he was not granted this test drive on Wednesday, and Maxwell should arrange some media to join the test drive and to live stream the test drive that we would have gotten, or which we should do. So that was on Tuesday. It should start. Then Tuesday there was another excuse. We did not go for any test drive. And Friday we also put some extra power to the game, using the son of the president to get a test drive. And this was even that did not end up in getting a test drive, but it ended up that we were granted
Emerson Jr.
Yeah, Emerson Jr. So that the end result was that on Saturday we should have done this test drive. That on Saturday morning we got a call from Maxwell that he left the country. We were no test drive, nothing to test. I offered them to buy a bike, so to take to Holland. We just put it in the LCL container, which we have already arranged in Tanzania, so we can ship out. They didn't want to sell it to us, and it was one big disaster. So the whole setup to have this great invention, nobody wants to grant the technology. So even the people who are involved, who we talk to, and when we directly talk to the people, they all say, if you want to do business with Maxwell, you have to be assured of yourselves to do the business. So with other words, be very careful what you do. You are responsible for your own testing of the technology. But we were not allowed to do any test at all.
I'm looking at these documents here once again, Ian.
Yes.
And just quickly, so this is an invoice here in front of us. That's an invoice from way back in 2020.
Correct.
And the date there that we see is 22 December 2020. Correct. That invoice on the document is for a green power off-grid machine. And that is the machine that Maxwell Chikumbutso shows, am I correct, on He is programmed with Foster Gamble, the American film producer.
Yes, this is the invoice for this machine.
Yes, and yes, so this is 5 years ago. This is not 4 years,
Yes.
by the way. I made a mistake. That's 5 years ago.
Yes.
And I interviewed Maxwell Chikumbutso 2 years after this. So I've interviewed him in January 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And right. So have you seen this machine? And are you not happy? At least he delivered something, because this is a real invoice. A real invoice, right? I hear your doubts about the products. You're saying the products here you have not been able to test, right? But here we are. I've got here on my screen here a real invoice that has been issued to a Swiss national, and this is one of your colleagues, one of your on your team. I'm trying to remove it off the screen so that we proceed with our discussion.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure
You
it
see,
is going to
you
disappear
also,
shortly.
you also see some shipping costs, the shipping on the invoice.
Yes.
And this is very bad because this machine was never shipped.
So shouldn't we? Are you? Come on.
Yes.
Ian Gottman,
We can get the
you're not
owner.
going to convince me. You're not going to convince me that surely after all this product was never shipped.
I'm 100% sure that this product is never shipped. And we can get the owner who made this payment of this invoice. Yeah, we can get him in the show if you like. Yeah, this is Mr. Emmanuel from Switzerland. Unfortunately, he speaks only French, so we have to.
Yes, no, I have been talking with him, but I'm just saying here to our African audience here who are lit up, who are excited. Maxwell Chikumbutso has invented endless electricity. He's invented a car that drives forever, a helicopter that flies forever, non-stop. So it could do rescue missions, perhaps even on people who are stranded, who have ships that have that maybe have gone adrift in the oceans. But quickly, here, they don't get it. Someone like you here coming here and you're telling us that 5 years later, this off-grid machine has not been delivered.
Correct, and it's not the only one which was not delivered. South Africa was not delivered. USA was not delivered. So we have scraped the invoices together. My friend Emmanuel, he has a list of people who paid money and never got any product at all. So I'm very sorry to smash the dream of free energy for Zimbabwe. Yeah, so I would love. I'm the one who would love to see this energy being real and being in the market and available for all people. That will be my dream. It's my dream. Yeah. What Maxwell is doing is he's abusing the belief of people. Yeah. So we had a very nice launch of a product. First time in my life, we started a product launch with a prayer. I'm doing this for 25 years. Yes. I never had a presentation in my life where we started with a prayer. I even thought,
what's wrong with prayer? What's wrong with us praying?
Nothing. No, it's good. It's nothing wrong. It's good. I like it. I love it. It's nice. It's binding the people together, and it's nice to have a belief. But the belief should not be abused. And this is what is really annoying in this game of Mr. Maxwell Chikumbutso. He is abusing faith and belief. And that's not good. That's really bad. Yeah, conning people for money is bad, but abusing faith and believe in God and believe in all nice things in the world, yeah, if you put that on the table, that you are the chosen one, which will bring us free energy to free the people, to free the country, and you are lying about that, then you have a big issue with yourself. You have to look in the mirror and you have to be ashamed of yourself. And that's what Maxwell is doing. He is making. I think he started a lie, and he cannot withdraw anymore. So he keeps on putting this lie on the table and making it bigger and bigger, and that's a problem because it does not work. We have been there. We have waited for a test drive. We were willing to do any test with our own appliances, and we were not allowed to do so. So I know for 100% sure that these machines will not work. If you are so scared to let anybody drive in the car, use the bike, or use the energy to charge your house.
We just met. I have a question about the self-charging device that we had a presentation today. Do you have an idea what the cost price would be for a family to buy one of the machines?
I think I'm not the right person to answer as far as pricing is concerned, but one thing that I can tell you, our products are going to be cheaper because the whole drive inside is to liberate people. So we are not there to help people, but we are just there to liberate everyone so that you can be free from paying heavy bills in Europe. You can have a better, you can save a lot yourself. For example, I'm just giving you a figure out of my head. For a 5
That's enough evidence there that there are no products at all on sale today on the 10th of February 2025, contrary to what President Mnangagwa announced that they would be the market. Broadcaster ZBC, and they're announcing that, look, this is an inventor who was poisoned for his invention, and all this. You're going to need, towards as we get to the end, as I'm going to ask you at the end, not now, to convince, to try, if you can, the people how on earth that is possible. That, yeah, you were in this situation. It sounds too much like a fictitious script, don't you think so? A scripting of events that are just too good or too messy to be true in this case. And
yes, I agree. It is almost it's almost unbelievable what happened, and that the president is involved, and the team that got involved. And if you are inviting an international group of people, you have to be very, very sure that your invention is real. Because there will be people with knowledge, and there will be people testing you on the machines. And if you don't have the right answers and you are not ready to give any tests at all, then it gets very suspicious. And then when we find out, talking to the people who are there, that money is being paid.
So my last verdict on this is that this guy doesn't look like someone who is serious on a face value, and based on every other point which you have made here in collaboration with the compromised journalist, I can't trust him, and so should you guys. I don't think whatever he's saying here is really the reality, because there is a lot of contradictions, a lot of irregularities in what they're saying here that really don't add up, right? So that is how I fetch my own facts. I am looking for a hardcore evidence. There is no way those guys who say they bought those things, if it's really a fraud, it won't come up. Okay, the video is quite a long video because at last, thank you if you finish watching it. There is something I want to say. He came back and he started talking about religion, how he branded himself to be this, about that, the Messiah, the chosen one. Oh, like seriously, bro? Like seriously? You know, I should have been asking for IDs if suppose I am in that very location, that very time. How would you want to buy the prototype that is used to display and attract investors? Who goes to buy a working prototype? Are you nuts? This thing is not already in production. It's not yet in mass scale production. So why? But why being inside the whole place, you saw the microsonic energy device that was actually demonstrated before you, that isn't enough. That's what I often say, that you see, this destructive skepticism is more worse than cancer. A lot of people who have it can never get healed out of this. Trust me, there are still a bunch of people, bandwagon syndrome, that are still going to be driving this self-powered car, and they tell you, man, I just filled the gas up in the gas station the other day, Oh my God, damn. Are you serious right now? I mean, I was really blown away. I wasn't expecting that at all. So it's a win-win situation for us, guys. It's just to tell you guys how unprepared the Western world is about how this groundbreaking invention is about to open their trillion-dollar investment. The patent office is protecting their own interests. The scientific community, someone put them there. Someone put them on a payroll. And those people behind the shadows is what we should be thinking about the move. This is more like the criminal mastermind. You want to figure out exactly what they want to do before they do it, because that's the best way to survive. That's the best way to ace them or to win them in their own game. So this is such a beautiful 2025. I can't wait. There is some sort of a sense of hope that I got when I watched that video where Foster Gambles and his Rodney Root went and rigorously tested it, even before they started heading out to US. Tested it, and they said the test was successful. They've never seen anything like it. The battery was getting constantly charged, and it's not dropping people. Even when they connected it to a welding machine, the power didn't drop. We're talking about the 0.5 megawatt green energy off-grid machine. That is even before Maxwell Chikumbutso started rescaling it to a very portable one like he showed up here. So guys, we are winning. Wakanda! Oh my goodness. This is so amazing and so lovely, right? So I know that a lot of people, it happens all the time. Politicians will be quick to inject people into whatever is functioning and cause what? Destabilization. Obama does it. In fact, Obama is good at it. In fact, there is a point, I believe Obama was elected as a US president to cause destabilization in Africa. I want you to go and take a look at his track record during his tenure in office. It was about bringing same-sex marriage, gayism, or destabilization, militarizing Africa with US base. Nothing more. Then next, boom, he murdered Muammar Gaddafi in cold blood. He and Hillary Clinton, and as they said, we saw, and he died. And there are a lot going on right now about their destructive notions and plans. That is still, someone talking about, if I saw some kind of information concerning on YouTube, they were pointing out Michelle Obama, that if Africa know who these people are, and this is in relation with the Boko Haram. I don't know if that is true, but the influence of Obama in Nigerian election in 2015 is something I will never forget. That threatened the sitting president to quickly leave the vote of the people to be trampled upon. Left a scar in the heart of every Nigerian. So Nigeria didn't know the gold mine that they have. Now they can tell. And this gold man with a golden heart who refused to float Nigerian currency, who under his watch Nigeria was recording the highest GDP in Africa. Under his watch, Nigerian isn't hungry. Under his watch, things were moving better, and that is, in fact, that is something that US don't want to see in any African country. And quickly, Obama have to do something. Directing Nigeria to vote for the next chapter. This is pretty much researchable. I'm not making any false claim against Obama. So Obama is worse than the white man. But I get it, right? When it's time to do the dirty job, they have to find a black person because we can trust our own easily. And it's not going to raise much smoke if a black guy did it. But if a white guy did it, well, the whole world is going to cut loose because people will quickly notice that, look, something is not adding up here. Why would a white guy leave his own country to go and cause a destabilization in the other part? Though, yes, I've been assassinating a lot of African presidents, right? But The game is changing. So guys, tell me what you think in the comment section. For now, I'm just about to head to my office to do a job before I come across this information. I say it was sharing with you. So I'm going to try as much as possible to make sure I post it today, which is, let me see there. That is 10th of March, all right? I'm going to try to see if I post it the same 10th of March, all right? Delay is dangerous. So guys, thank you, my wonderful audience. Thank you, everyone who tuned up. Thank you for every one of you who shared, and keep the positive vibes alive. Remain positive, remain cool, stay optimistic, stay focused, hopeful. We are winning. This is the endless journey to evergreen, where no more deforestation, no more fossil fuel, no more pit stop for gas fill up. It is real. No matter what anyone tell you, don't let anyone fool you. If this is not real, if this man wants to scam you, he wouldn't put it at $15,000 per car. He wouldn't put it there. He wouldn't make it so affordable for everyone. The truth is so obvious and glaring, but it shocks me that some people still don't see it. This is crazy what we are living in. But guys, if you will excuse me, I have a flight to catch and a self-powered car to drive. Thank you for your time.